The sea exhales gray breath of ghosts, carrying echoes of empires already half forgotten. He watches silhouettes arise like monsters, forged from America's boundless, breathing factories. Each blinking light a heartbeat of steel production outpacing prayer and courage combined. They sense defeat in silence. Numbers whisper louder than every anthem ever sung. Across an ocean, laughter and labor fuse jazz, and fire build invincible dreams. He measures not the distance to battle, but the inches left of pride. Youth moves like wind through iron, courage rehearsed, but fear remains unspoken still. Voices fracture into code, desperate syllables drowning beneath the roar of destiny. Machinery sings in harmony, every piston a verse in America's industrial hymn. Information outpaces comprehension. Numbers bloom like fever across the empire's skin. From Detroit's smoke to Pacific dawn, assembly lines command the ocean's rhythm. Rice tastes of iron and doubt, every mouthful a bargain with tomorrow. Work becomes celebration, molten joy, shaping hulls of unsinkable ambition and faith. Corrida's eyes reflect twin fires, one from enemies, one from within. Defeat floats quietly, its silence heavier than the thunder that birthed it. Fate hums through wires, thin and fading, prayer transformed into mere transmission noise. Every strike of hammer becomes heartbeat, industry sings lullabies for distant soldiers. War reduced to geometry, fuel and numbers rewrite valor into mechanical precision. Desperation invents wings, logic burns, birthing men willing to die beautifully. The ocean mirrors his realization, power now flows not from bravery, but factories. Steel groans like memory, whispering tales of ships unborn and wars unfinished. Organization replaces chaos, precision choreography written in smoke and aviation fuel. They plan with ghosts, knowing each arrow drawn consumes 1,000 nameless lives. Factories dream awake, birthing thunder daily, the nation breathing through molten arteries. Sunset hides in smoke, courage becomes silence, strategy becomes surrender's slow rehearsal. Love stitched into cloth cannot stop bullets, yet they keep sewing anyway. Backbeat of industry drowns fear, victory dances on notes of routine labor. Machines roar like dying gods, devotion measured in pressure, not in prayer. Glory dissolves in foam, leaving salt and memory for history to taste. Fear becomes rhythm of life, sirens replacing lullabies across sleeping empire. Youth meets destiny, midair their courage currency in an economy of death. Absence fills the horizon, emptiness shaped like the pride that built it. Creation and destruction share color, both glow red before turning black and cold. New strategy whispered, sacrifice reborn as weapon, despair disguised as devotion. Innocence blesses death, cherry blossoms fall onto engines meant never to return. Even storms cannot halt progress, thunder outside echoes within mechanical hearts. They dream of land untouched, a silence no order could ever command. The ether becomes battlefield, invisible trenches filled with coded cries and static. Comfort tastes industrial too, warmth brewed from victory's boundless supply chain. Morning arrives, impartial light falls equally on conqueror and the conquered below. Hope narrows to one last flight, faith strapped beneath trembling steel wings, this dawn. Prayers rise with smoke, wondering which gods still listen beneath roaring sky, today here. Numbers glide in circles, calm comes from trust in endless replacements, arriving without question. He whispers goodbye to morning, eternity measured in seconds of falling toward forgiveness unseen. Sky becomes engine of fate, courage forged, consumed within blinding light above Lake Gulf. Each shell screams denial, thunderous hymns to gods already silent tonight, over black water. Even victors bleed, smoke makes brothers of enemies beneath indifferent heavens, for one moment. Triumph lasts a heartbeat, static waits behind truth, swallowing celebration and breath. Sooner after, industry forgets fatigue, production becomes faith. Assembly lines recite endless psalms, every working midnight. Pain speaks softly, glory's echo fades faster than the heartbeat it cost that day. Command feels colder now, power means watching men vanish into arithmetic, without their names. Victory feels procedural, routine decisions carry weight of unseen ruin everywhere, across quiet bridges. Innocence rehearses tragedy, imagination drafts blueprints for tomorrow's ghosts at desks, while sirens practice. Beauty and doom intertwine, petals drift like souls uncertain of direction, through sunlit winds. Heaven ignites, faith consumed within symmetrical patterns of deliberate destruction, over fleets below screaming. Order collapses beneath noise, chaos now commands the flagship's trembling heart, without permission given. Death approaches invisibly, mechanical predator born from distant assembly lines, hunting beneath silent waves. Pressure equalizes all ranks. Sea cares nothing for medals or speeches, or final salutes. Truth erased by fire, paper turns ash faster than accountability appears in any room. Replacement births confidence, another giant joins the tide of progress, sliding bright into water. Even light bends weary, reflections fracture across floating shards of yesterday, over oil slick seas. Communication becomes confession, words search meaning beneath smoke and wreckage, letters falter, telegrams shiver. Duty outweighs grief, emotion postponed until silence finally permits mourning, in lonely evening rooms. Confidence rehearsed daily, faith measured in fuel, training hours, replacement parts, and steady pay. Beauty survives destruction, colors bleed where history cannot yet decide anything about this evening. Silence speaks in code, cities vanish between one ring and another, without goodbyes heard. One act consumes purpose, devotion and despair indistinguishable within roaring fire, for watching eyes. Hope leaks faster than steel, survival becomes a different surrender entirely, knee-deep through corridors. Respect remains ritual, humility, the final armor of fading commanders, bowing before empty maps. Ink flows like fuel, turning victory into commodity, truth into circulation, cross morning papers. Mercy repeats endlessly, stitching torn flesh while nations continue unraveling apart, through long midnights. Absence becomes ritual. Sea keeps their names without returning any voices, to waiting doorways. Faith adapts to victory. Gratitude often sounds remarkably similar to mourning, inside quiet chapels. Cities imitate sunsets. Civilization learns how to disappear with terrible beauty, into black rivers. Discipline persists beyond hope, Obedience becomes last proof of our humanity amid screaming engines. Sky folds inward, time contracts to a single heartbeat before impact, narrowing blue distance. Beauty and horror collide, both glimmer briefly before darkness fully returns, over broken water. Defeat enters quietly, not with thunder, but with orders simply absent, on ringing lines. Even victors feel weight. Triumph tastes of iron, gasoline, and ash, this windy afternoon. Ocean forgets quickly. History drifts beneath waves, awaiting tomorrow's careful rewrite, by surviving hands. Morning finds only silence, glory reduced to dust, ambition whispering beneath crumbled stone. Sea returns indifferent, feeding both hunger and memory with same indifferent rhythm, forever again. Steel forgets its purpose. Ocean polishes defeat until reflection shows only sky again. Life resumes awkwardly. Laughter grows where sorrow refuses to die, fragile yet persistent sunlight. War unbuilt as it was born. Progress recycles ghosts into peaceful engines, humming softly. Knowledge replaces command. Lessons drawn not from victory, but the cost of belief. Once admiral, now gardener. Reflection heavier than metals resting silent in drawers. Nations rise from ashes. Architecture becomes apology carved in steel and glass. History becomes exhibit. Innocent studies destruction safely, behind climate-controlled silence, untouched still. Time softens metal. Memory corrodes slower than steel beneath eternal sunlight waves. Forgiveness negotiates language. Peace signed with trembling hands, remembering each other's shadows. Names align like coordinates. Silence speaks in wind's slow syllables between graves. Modernity glows restless. Prosperity hums where once only despair dared whisper softly. Industry redirected. Comfort replaces conquest. Mass production repurposed for ordinary peace. Memory remains loyal. Love survives in silence long after nations forget purpose. Cycle unbroken. Each ending rehearses another beginning beneath indifferent, endless tides. Future floats fragile. Innocence carries lessons written in folded paper and water. Artifacts breathe quietly. History preserved, not to glorify, but to warn remembering hearts. The sea remains eternal. Memory merely drifts upon its patient, shimmering surface again. Peace hums uncertainly. Humanity balanced forever between creation, destruction, and remembering both.